something that hurt him or her that he couldn't communicate to you. And so once he or she is embittered, it will by all means trigger an immature behavior from your partner. You know, psychologically, we have people who are not able to communicate their emotions. They are sick, but they don't know they are sick. They don't know how to communicate their emotions. So when they are hurt, they are quiet. Then though they are quiet, it brings up some unpleasant behaviors from them. So you could read that they are hurt based on the way they behave. And so when you go and then you greet your wife, good evening, how are you? I don't know. So won't you welcome me? He will not mind you. You see that all the replies are what? Cheeky answers. What are the children? I don't know where they are. Did you leave them with me? So all these things should tell you that the person is hurt. Now, the person is hurt, and that is why he is responding to you in an immature manner. Because you can't tell me that when you come to your house and then you greet your wife, the best answer should be, evening, how are you? I don't know. Where are the children? Did you leave them with me? Where is my food? Am I your slave? So you see that the person is embittered. And so the choice of words are seriously immature words. But something triggered it because the person was hurt and because the person is sick or the person has a problem of communicating his emotions to you for you to understand. So it can trigger that. A best partner, when you see such responses, then you should try and trace the source. And even people behaving, people are good in that, because I've seen so many examples when the partner will ask, oh, why? Is there any problem? Why you are not like this? Then it should tell you that something has happened that the partner didn't like it. Again, when your partner has gone through a past trauma, it can also cause your partner to behave in an immature way. Sometimes bitter experiences that people go through can also make them behave immaturely. Some of the experiences, as soon as they remember, they quell themselves within, and they are not even ready to associate themselves with others. It's a problem. Okay? For example, a child may be very unfortunate to have been brought up on an environment where love was not shown to him. Not at all. That child was maybe starved. Whenever he or she needs something, it was never provided. He was differentiated among people and was maltreated. Anytime group of people are being showed love and care, he or she is neglected. You see? So automatically you are infecting or you are impacting negatively the brain of that person. And so when that person grows up, something is lacking. And because he or she did not get that love, that's automatic. It will trigger out such behavior. Again, another cause is lack of self-awareness. If you lack self-awareness, you behave immaturely. And it is interesting because this thing happens in marriage. You know, sometimes a wife will tell her husband that, I don't like the way you talk to me when people come here. Then a husband will look straight into the wife's eyes and tell her that, what is wrong with it? I don't see anything wrong with it. Why? Because you lack self-awareness. When we say self-awareness, that is, you lack empathy. Empathy means you are failing to put your legs, in the shoes of your partner. And so you are not trying to understand her from her perspective. Probably, for you, you do not see anything wrong with it. But once she is emotionally affected, when she's able to communicate to you, you should express empathy. Put your legs in her shoe. And then, oh, Is that so? I'm very sorry, I'm not aware of that. How do you want me to behave when we are so and so, or when we are in this situation? When you do that, then you are trying to be empathetic. And if marriage will succeed, empathy should set in automatically. Because the way you feel is different from the way I feel. What will hurt you is different from what will hurt me. Honestly speaking, what will hurt me may not hurt you. But once I am hurt, please. We sat on an issue where the husband came and then said that he could see there is something wrong with the wife. But when he asked, the wife is not open. So he wants the wife to talk because he wants to really attend to her wife. But then the wife said, in so many instances, when he asked me what is wrong with me and then I tell him, then the first statement is that the only thing that made you, is this something that should make you angry? That is, you are not trying to be empathetic. And because of that, you lack self-awareness. And probably, you are not trying to be empathetic because you don't understand their emotions. You have to understand the emotions of your partner. When he tells you that, please, when you do this, it hurts me. Please pay attention. Because when he acts on a free mind, such immature behaviors will not come from them. There was an instance where somebody said she was so much hurt. So one day, though, the husband gave her chop money, but she didn't cook. And when the husband came, where is my food? He said, I didn't cook. Why? He said, I don't know why. I just felt like not, when an immature statements are coming, you can see that some of them come from an embittered heart. And then the husband also, instead of the husband to have looked for the cause and then trace the cause and find out how he should have solved it, he said, okay, fine. Then the next day, the husband didn't even give chop money at all. Please listen. The behavior that the wife exhibited is immature. But let's look at how the husband is also handling such a behavior. The next day, he also went to work without giving chop money. Then he came back from work buying kenke and then, fried fish. Gave some of the kenke to the two children, and the husband also took some. And then he left the wife. So the husband bought food, I think 2 weeks continuously, buying food for the children and himself, neglecting the wife. You analyze this. Is this in a way solving a problem or a challenge? Some of these behaviors that we put up because we think we want to challenge our wives to behave well. But this behavior is not solving a problem. And that is why we are saying that your behavior is immature. Your behavior is expected from a child and not somebody like you. Because what you are doing will rather embitter your wife the more, and she will continue to exhibit them more. And when you do that, you see that you set yourself in race of retaliation. Do this, I hurt you. I also do this, and then I hurt you. And before you realize, love is lost in marriage. May the Lord help us. So these are the main causes of immature acts in marriages. And they are inevitable. It will happen. One time it will happen. Because one time you may be pushed into acting the same way. And so our concentration is that in case our partner puts out such a behavior, what should we do to handle it in such a way that it can come to solve a problem instead of coming to worsen a problem? A friend of mine behaved a way that I least expected of her. She is married, and she behaved the way that I least expected of her. And so I questioned her as to how she behaved that way. And she said that She's sorry, but what happened was that the in-law said something that hurt her so much. And unfortunately, she couldn't control herself, you see. And so it triggered out an immature behavior. But then, though that immature behavior came, how the partner also handled it worsened the situation. And it landed them on separation. You know, gone were the days when we were young, our old people were telling us so many things that we didn't pay attention to, but we have now realized that they were really making sense. Sometimes they use some of them in the form of story creation. I remember our father told us a story that, and I know that you, my listener, you know about that story. He told us a story that a man married and the woman doesn't know how to prepare soup. Or I think they married and the woman overtook, I think, the salt. They prepared the soup and the salt was, too much. Meanwhile, the husband was coming to the house with friends. And they were coming to eat. They were coming to take a lunch from the husband's house. Now, when the food was served to them, the husband tasted it first and realized that, no, the salt was too much. Now, for him, because he wanted to protect the wife, he intentionally told the friend, as for me, I like salt. So I always tell my wife to put plenty salt in soup. Even this crown is not enough for me. Meanwhile, it is something that was too much for the friends. So you see how he managed to. It was a story that we were being told over and over again. But when we grew up, we realized that, it was a very nice way of solving an immature behavior. In that time, that food can seriously be taken as an immature act because friends have come and the salt was too much. And so if we don't take care, they will take bad news from our house outside. And it is our duty to protect our homes. And so because of that, he intentionally protected the wife. Okay, we have some comments here, so we shall be reading few of them very soon. Okay, but then before we read them, if you also have yours, you can bring yours. So let me finish this particular story. Now the issue is that if the man couldn't protect the wife enough, the friends wouldn't have respected the wife. That's why I say that if immature behaviors are not handled well, it can cause your partner to lose respect before your friends. So now the partner put the blame the friends put the blame rather on the husband and not the wife. And so they all took it light, they laugh, and then they praise the wife, and then unless one said, hey, then you are a good wife. So because of your husband, you are eating such, food with high salt content. You see, it has landed in rather praising the wife. But when they went, then the husband told the wife that the salt was too much. And that is why I intentionally said that. So please, next time, reduce the salt. Please be sincere to yourself. If you have such a lovely husband and such a protective husband, why won't you respect such a husband? Automatically you will love and you respect. And this is how that husband handled an immature behavior from the wife. How do you handle immature behavior from your partner? That is what. Mommy, that's awesome. That's awesome indeed. This platform is really helping me. God bless that person. God bless you so much. Somebody also said, I have actually learned a lot from this. Please, God bless you so much. Somebody has also sent us that this is an educative platform. God bless you. So tell others to also come and learn from this platform. Another person also said, I'm seriously learning. God bless you. Oh, we love the comments that you people are saying. Somebody said, well taught, Mama. God bless you. And other comments that for the sake of time, because I have a very important, I have already told you, subtopic that I want to address before our time is up. So I will pause here. If I have time later, I can come back to that. If not, then we shall continue. But then continue to share your comments. Now, when this immature behavior is put up, how do I address it in a way that will help me solve problems? That is what we are looking at. Some of the points that we raised, we have a Bible quotation to support it. Because remember, counseling pulpit, we counsel from the Christian point of view. So the first thing is that whenever an immature behavior is put up from your partner, trace the cause of such a behavior. Please. Instead of you to be angry, relax. Because once you are a Christian couple, you don't have any other alternative than to improve on your partner. Was that I say unto you, anybody who divorces their wife, unless it is on the grounds of sexual immorality, you have sinned. So this tells you that whenever you see an immature behavior from your partner, pause, trace the source, because the source can help you to solve it. And when you are able to trace the source and find out that, oh, it is because of how she was brought up, then you begin to be show empathy. Okay? Then you begin to exercise a little bit of understanding. Then you begin to try and see how best we can solve such issue. Good. Now, the second technicality in handling immature behaviors in marriage. Somebody told me that he will bring a pen and write notes. I believe that person is right. And I love that because when you do that, you are able to go and stand somewhere, okay, and then teach on our behalf. Right. The second technicality is that after tracing the source, think of a role that you can play to solve that immature behavior. How can I help my partner to improve? I told you that current institution, marriage institution, it is based on, what do you call it? Solution oriented. If you are a wife or a partner and you are sitting in this contemporary world, and then you are still sitting there to shift blames on your partner, always you want to emerge the first. You want everybody to say that you are the right person. Oh, she didn't do well. You rather did well. I tell you, you are joking. It's an act of it's an immature behavior in this world. What you have to do is to get up, play your role, and let's solve the problem, and let's continue. That is the best. Until you do that, please, you are wasting time. You can read, when you read 1 Samuel chapter 25, for the sake of time, I will just say the story, but when you read it, you realize when Abigail stood up and solved an immature behavior, how Abigail wisely handled an immature behavior that the husband put up. So there is no time for you to shift blames. You see? Well, one of the servants of Nabal told her that this is what your husband has done. And this is what it is bringing to your house. An immature behavior. It is coming to ruin your house. When you read the Bible, 1 Samuel chapter 25, when you read the whole story is there. The Bible says that he even went out without even telling the husband anything. Why? Because she realized that it wasn't time for her to blame him. It wasn't time for her to stand and exchange words with him. It was time to play a role. Okay? For a punishment that is coming to our house to stop. So he just went and wisely bowed down to David. And when you read the Bible, even David loved the wise character that Abigail, exhibited. And that is one of the best ways of handling an immature act. What role can I play to improve the situation? What role can I play to prevent the calamities of this immature act? Even if I should play a role of calming down, okay? Go down, humble myself. For my marriage to succeed, I will have to do that. And that will be a very immature, partner. Good. Again, another one, the third technicality is that protect your partner from public, attack. When you see that your partner is putting up an immature behavior, what Abigail did was to play a role that she thinks she can play to improve the situation. And probably because he knows the husband, he realized that because he knows the husband, he realized that when he does that, okay, or when he even comforts the husband will exchange words and that will eat into time. Okay? And so because of that, what he did is that, okay, fine, then I will just get up and then play a role to solve the situation. So protect your partner from public attack is what we are talking about. Protect your partner. Don't disgrace your partner. And when your partner sees that you have protected her in public, but secretly you are coming to advise, that's a perfect way of addressing an immature, act. When you read Matthew chapter 1 verse 19, we all realize how Joseph protected Mary. When you bring the story into the physical, realm, you realize that, though the pregnancy was from the Holy Spirit, but when you come to the physical world, Joseph was not aware. So it was a high level of immaturity for me to see you that you are pregnant. But the Bible says that because Joseph was a righteous person, he decided not to attack the woman or Mary publicly, but instead address it quietly, privately. And that is a very wonderful way of handling an immature act. The fourth technicality, we shall come to the end very soon. The fourth technicality that we are looking into is that when your partner behaves in an immature manner, make sure that you don't point those acts to him when you are exchanging words. And then also don't do it repeatedly. He will never tell you that you are at fault. He will move nicely with you. But anytime there is a little, confusion between the two of us, then he will be using it to insult you. That is an immature act. We don't handle issues like that. If you want your partner If you want to draw the attention of your partner to a mistake that he or she is committing, please address it when you are not fighting. Don't insult him or her through fight and let her know that even you, don't you know that you smell? When you bath, you don't even bath well. It's never the best. The condition within which you are revealing her weakness is not a pleasant condition. And because of that, he will not or she will not take it as you want to what? You want her to take it. So please, that is one thing that you should do. Make sure that you don't let your partner knows his or her weakness whilst you people are angry and then you are exchanging words. Okay. Again, the next technicality, which is about the sixth technicality, is that invest, okay? Invest into developing your partner, or invest in him or her in developing your partner. So if you trace the cause and then you realize that your partner is behaving immaturely because probably, her level of education is low, then you should think of how, now you are a solution-oriented person, how can I invest into the education of my partner instead of disgracing? I have entered into some family homes. As for you, they wouldn't your colleague, once other women are learning, look at you. You don't know anything. You don't learn anything. It can, excuse me to say, have a very negative impact on her. But when it becomes necessary for you to invest into her or invest into his life to make sure that an immature behavior is addressed in his or her life, go ahead and do it. I have seen a man who married somebody who is not educated, and that man took a private teacher, okay, that every day, the woman even doesn't understand or cannot speak English, but the man, because he had the resources, employed the teacher to teach the woman. Now the woman was able to learn even English and French, and that is a powerful way of solving an immature behavior. Instead of what? Shifting blames. When you read the Bible from John chapter 15 verse 13, the Bible is talking to us over there on this particular point. He said, greater love has no one like this. Greater love has no one. Nobody has this greater love than this. Than for you to lay down your life for your friend or for your partner. Okay? Greater love has no one than this. For you to lay down your heart for your partner or for your friend. Listen, sometimes for an immature character to be addressed, you need to lay down your finances. You need to lay down your money so that your wife can get the knowledge and can get education. Sometimes you need to lay down your respect. Sometimes you need to lay down your integrity into your partner's life. And that's what the Bible is talking about. It is not only life that we can lay down, okay? Some petty things too, we can lay them down. So if I think my husband lacks the way she approaches me when it comes to love making, and I know that now everything you can get solution. There are institutions that treats love. Special way how to make love. And I think I have money. Why don't I lay down my money to get him trained so that that problem will be solved? So we should think of doing that. Lay down your finances. Lay down everything that you have so that you can get your partner matured. Okay. Now, the seventh one, which is a very technical something, is a power that I am giving you. That is that if you want to address, what do you call it, immature behavior from your partner, okay? It can be mistakes, the way he does these things, you don't like it, you don't feel loved, you always feel embittered or pain. The way he talks, you don't like it. Let me tell you something. Begin to see, if you want to attain mental health in your marriage, this is purely technical. Begin to see all mistakes from your partner as issues to be solved and not mistakes. Don't see them, and this may be my last point. Don't see them as mistakes. If you see them as mistakes, every day you'll be hurt. Every day there will be issues running through your mind. Every day you will feel like you are sick, you are not happy. But every mistake that is every immature act, that's how I want to put it, that is coming from your partner, see it as an issue to be solved. So, you know what? If I know that maybe when my partner comes, he always put his shoes at the hall. I don't like that, because always when I come, I will clean the place before he comes. You put the shoes and the socks. As soon as you remove them, and it may be smiling, we'll just put them in the hall. Please, don't see it as a mistake. If you want to get mental health, don't see it as what do you call it, an immature act, but see it as an issue to be addressed. As soon as you see it as an issue to be addressed, then it challenges you to think through, how do I address this? And that is your victory when it comes to mental health. So when it comes like that, it cancels all the negativities around that act. And then it sets you, it challenges you. So maybe, all right, fine, I'll be thinking through. Then when a lady said, we have been fighting over this over and over again. Sometimes it even ends up he beating me. That's what the lady said. But when she went through counseling and she was giving this secret, then she said, okay, so how can I solve it? Then next time when he comes, I will not even wait for him to remove the shoe himself. Because when he removes the shoe, he will put it at a place where we will fight. So when he comes and then I go and welcome him whilst we talk, I will help him remove the shoe, take the sauce, and I will go and place it at where I want it to be placed. And I clap for that woman. That's a perfect way of handling issues. Please, as I end today's topic, there are so many stress that we are going through within these days. Stress that are coming from taking care of our children, stresses that are coming from even getting money, stress that are coming from the pressure from the family and all that. And then we need to invest into our mental health. The counseling pulpit is aiming to develop the mental health of the people on this land. And please be part and allow yourself, okay, to also be impacted mentally. From henceforth, any immature, I look at how beautifully and maturely that lady solved that problem. Now when he comes, she goes and removes the shoe, and then since then, there has not been any, what do you call it, fight in the marriage again. The last example that I'm citing before I end is that there was also another lady who also said that anytime she dresses, the husband will never say you are beautiful. Your hairdo is nice. And so she became very angry within and started putting up an immature behavior. You see, that's what I said. The husband not telling you you are beautiful is an immature behavior. And the way you are also handling it, until he also got somebody to give her this trick that I am giving you today. It can give you a mental health for life if you are able to do this. So then she also realized that, oh, okay, so when I see that, I shouldn't see it as a mistake. I should see it as an issue to be resolved and think through, how can I resolve this issue? So he thought through, and then he said that, okay, fine. Then the next time she went and do the hair, then she came to the husband and said, oh, darling, is my hair due tonight? Then the husband said, oh, it is very beautiful, fantastic. And the husband snapped her a picture. So you see, something that the husband is finding it difficult to say, something that they have been fighting over it over again. When she began to see it as an issue to be resolved, and that he engaged the brain as to how to resolve it effectively, this idea dropped. As I end, I want to leave this mental power with you. From henceforth, don't see any immature behavior from your partner as a mistake and get bored with it, but see it as the fact that he is putting you at a very challenging situation to come up with an effective solution to solve it, and you will never be angry. God richly bless you. This, what do you call it, knowledge came to you from the counseling pulpit. Counseling pulpit, we are determined to develop the mental health of the people of Ghana. Next week, same time, we shall come your way. So please, tell your friends. Let your friends also tell their friends. Visit our Facebook site with your questions. If you want to book time with us for a special issue that you want us to solve privately with you, our WhatsApp number is 0243 453106. 0243 453106. Our Facebook site name is The Counseling Pulpit. Go there, click on comment and write whatever you want to write. Click on follow and follow us. My name is Mrs. Esther Kessie from Akosomoni.